Hello. Hey guys. Welcome to my lives. I'm normally on TikTok, so this is a little bit different for me. So welcome to my messy house. I don't have a background blocking it. I'm a real person. So here we are. Um, Normally, I go through transits of the politicians that are out there these days, out in the spotlight. We're watching what they're doing. What are they doing with the structure of energy? So we're going to do that today. I haven't fully gone through Donald Trump's transits for February. We like make it a couple days into February, and then we always like kind of fall into another rabbit hole. So I want to try to continue that, checking these transits as we go through February. Someone just asked, are you going live on YouTube or Zoom? Zoom is a meeting call. Okay. I go live on here first, and then I go to Patreon at 11. That's usually my plan. So I'll be, for my Patreon members, I'm live right now talking. We're going to look at charts, we're going to look at transits, and then at 11, I'm going to switch and we go to the Zoom link that I posted on Patreon. Okay. And then I'll continue, and I basically work for you, Patreon members, during that time at 11 o'clock. And you tell me what you need help with, and we'll go through those charts and whatever questions you have. Okay. I know a lot of people want to know about their Neptune. So if you want to know about that with it entering into Aries, make sure you have your chart pulled and ready to go. Okay, so I am been redoing videos too. All the ones on TikTok I have deleted, but if you're on Patreon, those little mini Astro Detective videos are still on Patreon. They're no longer on TikTok, so you cannot find them anywhere. So I'm going to redo some of them, which I just did the Jim Jones massacre. Again, one of my ones I like to look at because the blueprint of the story is very familiar and very interesting to what's going on right now, and the psychosis, the God complex, that we're seeing a lot of people in right now. Good morning, Amy. You're the one who just asked a question. I thought I put it in Patreon, but I guess I didn't explain it completely. I'm sorry. Well, it says live on YouTube. So, and then today's event at 11 is the Zoom. So I'll clarify that more next time. I'm sorry. YouTube. Okay. Oh, then it just auto corrected me. Man. Jeez. Okay. Let's get into it. Oh, you got that? Okay. I don't want to confuse anybody. Right, let's screen share. Well, I was looking at Jim Jones on the day. Well, this was on the day he got off. We can look at that actually real quick. This is the day his case was dismissed from masturbating in public, Jim Jones. And look, and we kind of want to know about, what transits put you in jail, what transits put you out of jail, take you out. This particular one took him out of jail. So we have a Saturn retrograde in opposition, of a Saturn retrograde transit in between this Jupiter and Pluto here. This was him getting released or dismissed from what he did wrong. Okay. I'm going to change the date here. We're going to start February 1st since we're getting close to it. Yeah, let's look at his fated event again. It's always fun to look at, right? Okay. So this is on the first. Okay, already I'm looking at this here. This Pars fortune with Mercury on it. Um, Communications, daily life on what opportunities, fortune, abundance. And it's at 28 degrees, his vertex. So his fortune is a well known staple, right? Kind of. We got a vertex here in Capricorn at 22 degrees, but we can see the transits here of the Mercury. So the communications are expanded and shining in his daily life. We got Venus retrograde here, um, just about to leave his fifth house. Um, True node in the fourth. Oh, so he's teeter tottering here. Um, I like to call the nodes a teeter totter because you teeter totter into it. So you will go into your south node and use the gifts that you've learned from the south node and the gifts that you've learned now to prevent yourself from falling into past habits of the south node. So you have to burn. There's a purification process that needs to happen with south node energy. Um, when we have one of the totters on the teeters, I'm just being silly. Um, when we have this pointing towards north, you have to look at this, and it's going to be a re-traumatizing to what hasn't been purified here. You're being forced to look at it. And this could also be a pattern of losing real estate, losing part of the foundation. Okay, that's all I want to say about that. Uranus over the second house, Pluto right on his Neptune here in Libra. Uh, it's both retrograde. So I want you guys to take this energy as a kind of like his wound of money in his subconscious is very loud. So that means they fall into lack naturally because they haven't done the work, and they will need to consume something. It's in opposite here of the Chiron key in Aries in the eighth house. um, do not ignore that Chiron key. I know he does, but at one point he's not going to be able to anymore. But there's a healing, asking to heal the values and to look at people, other people. This could also be using, other people's money as a resource. With Neptune retrograde too in the second house, there's like treachery with money. How about that? There's a better word: treachery. Uh, he's stealing our shit. And I keep saying that to you guys. I'm like, he's stealing shit, guys. I can feel it. He's taking our fucking money. It's a Ponzi scheme. He's really good at those. And that he bankrupts it on purpose. So we're about to like get bankrupt by him. Oh, it just makes me mad. Okay. Up here we got Saturn retrograde with the descending node that just kind of is passing over the sun. So it's like the fact that he's supposed to be in jail from what he's done and he's not. We're all kind of discussing this, right? In the communication sign going back and forth. That's what this transit is, us talking shit about him. They're like, this motherfucker will be in jail. What is this? We got the Mars coming up, ready to square his natal Mars. That's coming, and we'll get into that more. He, you know, We know his health is deteriorating, and Mars is not going to help that. Mars used to help him, used to be vital, give him vital energy, but now it's not. It's harsh. It's fighting him. So it's a different energy. Usually, on throughout these dates, I'll pick like a transit we can read about. But I'm not really seeing any that I want to really talk about besides the one we just talked about here. Um, and how they connect. So when you look at Neptune retrograde on the Pluto retrograde, Pluto pushing energy onto the subconscious, it's going to push energy through these, right? But you also want to look at where this is. And this is why I know he's having like property, either trying to get property, trying to use land as a resource, maybe using it as a way to get what he wants. It's almost like, because this is taxes, debts, loans, I'm going to use the resources I have right now to build the foundation that I need. So this is him using us for money. All right, let's move to the next day. Let's keep moving. Let's see how this changes. Second, let's go February 3rd. Oh, why is this in 1974? Holy shit, sorry. Oh my God, now I have to go back. I'm glad it was only on the first day. Remember, opposite sides flow into each other. Town massacre in 1974. There's just a lot of spiritual psychosis parallels to what happened there with Jim Jones. And so I was looking at that and I accidentally stayed over it, but it's okay. We're all learning here anyways. It's just structure of energy. I didn't predict anything of his. So either way, you're learning it. I'm learning it. Okay. Anyways, yeah, I didn't get very far anyway, so it doesn't matter. I hope you guys can forgive me. Only teachers are going to be irritated by that. You didn't do it right. You're not teaching it right. You're on the right. Okay. I'm doing my best. Okay. Yeah. I know. Sorry. Okay. Back to February 1st. Now we're starting over. Clean slate. Okay. Well, already it's good that Saturn isn't retrograde. Yay. And then Neptune here in opposition right here. So we're having still a Neptune Saturn type of energy going on. Mars going through a sixth house. That's why everyone's fighting what he's doing, showing the wounds of what he's doing, how he is shining. Everybody's putting it on blast, how he's treated women, the mind. We are working hard in this Aquarius energy to cut off and go cold to him. This is Donald Trump. Thanks for joining. Thank you. In my little corner of YouTube here. So what we want to take notice of, especially with what we were just looking at with Jim Jones's chart, and when he got off, Jupiter was not retrograde and Saturn was hugging that Jupiter retrograde. And right now we have Jupiter retrograde, but Saturn is not, and then Saturn's over here. Now, when is that going to be square? It already is, right? Now it's going to, like, when we get into here, it's going to be square, that Saturn in the eighth house of Aries. So we want at 90 degrees, right? God, I can't count and do math to this. It's 20, 23 plus 30, 53 plus 30, uh, 83 plus 30. All right. That's too many. Yeah. So yeah, this is getting pretty close, guys. Saturn moves a little. Uh, I'm not sure how fast it moves, but it's definitely faster than Uranus. What are you doing up here? Just kidding. But this is getting close to becoming square. Saturn square Saturn. Let's look at that. That's what we're going to look at right now. Saturn square Saturn, because this is going to be coming up soon. I don't normally do squares and oppositions and stuff too, so this is going to be a different. This transit. Well, do you guys want to know what day it's going to be at first? I have to do math. Give me a second. I'm not a math person. Micah's the math person. Have you guys noticed that TikTok is fucked? Like it's just done. I told you they're like doing it to kill it. It's like about like they're trying to kill it. Seven degrees. So where this Chiron key is right now when Saturn gets up here. So right now Chiron is square his Saturn, like right on the dot. Unfortunately, he doesn't have Chiron transits. The Robert Handbook I have to find Chiron transits. It's hard enough to find Chiron information. Just look at it as a door to healing. A question of what to heal, where to heal, how to heal, and both types of reflections. You have to be able to look at it as a spectrum, and it'll help you interpret Chiron energy better. But Saturn square Saturn, which is what I'm going to wait for. I'm going to push forward and see when it gets there. But I don't even think he's going to make it. Actually, how fast does Saturn move? You have 3 pieces of content go nowhere. Yep, I'm telling you, that's why I got off there. You can't see my screen? Did it go away? Better? And I can't see the text as well, too. So it's just a little harder. But I'm getting there. I just want to check and make sure I know he's going to be gone before the Saturn hits Saturn real quick. Because I don't even think he's going to be alive for it. Saturn takes years, like is it 7 years? So we move at a year. So we want it to go here. I just think he's going to be gone by then. So by the fall of 2027. So I guess there's no point in looking at that one. But Chiron being square his Saturn right now at 23 degrees Cancer. It's like there's no way you're getting out of this, even though he's trying. All right, let's keep moving. Forget that rabbit hole. Okay. It's still square. It's going to be square this whole time. Ooh. I feel like when I see this, he's about to do something illegal. You're gonna be what are you doing? You're doing something bad. It's gonna get you caught. It's like we want him to get caught. We want him to do his bad stuff. We want him to keep being who he is and to show who he really is. When we have the moon conjunct Mars, you're going to be irritable. Remember, we got all this Mars fighting light energy going towards the heart. Going towards your reflections. People are fighting your illusionary reflections, right? This is weird. Therefore, it's not a good time to discuss any issues that are critical to you because you'll find it difficult to maintain your equilibrium. So even though part of his twin is kind of hidden for us, we know that that other twin, we've heard it on the phone, well, yelling at Marjorie Taylor Greene, right? That's the one that he keeps hidden. And then the other twin is the one that sits there all quietly and smiles next to Mom Donnie, right? Even though we know he doesn't like them. But so we're seeing the twins here. One is a criminal, it is a murderer, it is a rapist, it is a pedophile. The other one acts like he does nothing wrong and couldn't have possibly have done anything wrong. Okay. So as we continue through this here, this 12th house, his doings and the reflection of those doings in the 12th house, we know the 12th house is, that isolation. It's hidden enemies. He is his own hidden enemy. He also has hidden enemies. He opened the door to hidden enemies when he became a hidden enemy to our country. We know he's a Russian asset. Why do you think Pluto and Mars is in that 12th house of secret enemies in Leo? Okay. You finished the Sasha O'Reilly tapes. Oh, God bless you. Pluto in the 6th opposing the moon. Yeah, it affects that house. So yeah, so it's cradling it for sure. It was hard. Yeah, I'm sure it was. Oh, it was? Okay. Sorry, Jency. I messed you up too. Oh, I'm kind of rattled. I only have some medicine today, my ADHD medicine, as you can tell. I'm like, I'm ready to go. Okay. On the other hand, if someone challenges you unjustifiably, you certainly will not back down without a fight. The main problem is your sense of perspective may be so distorted that you cannot tell the important issues from the trivial ones. I think I've read this one to you guys recently and during a live for this transit coming up, because I remember reading it. If you can control yourself, which he can't, then you're able to take initiatives during difficult times. But he doesn't seem to be able to control his words. He can't control his bowels. He can't control his heartbeat. He can't control his blood pressure. He's not able to control any part of what's going on. It's okay, Mickey. Get what you need. What seems to be foolhardiness can be bravery. He's going to think that he's being brave for a cause when he isn't. To me, this is him just showing his ass. But okay, let's move on. That's what happens with the moon on Mars. You show your ass in the 12th house. No, I'm just kidding. Don't go with that. But for this specific soul and energy, we will be having reflections, and look for those reflections. I kind of want to get into reflections with the deep listening, because that's part of deep listening, using all of your senses. You're not just listening through your ears. You're listening through your heart. You're listening through your eyes, all of your eyes, all of them. Each cell could have an eye, okay? You're watching things. So these reflections are going to be, have you guys ever seen that movie, New Guy? Yes, New Guy. And how they found out he stole it was because he didn't scrub the reflections. You can't get rid of the reflections. They will try. the reflections that you might be gay, the reflections that you might be becoming ill, the reflections are showing you light of your path that's coming, and it just starts formulating in front of you. And this is, Caroline Myss talks about that metaphor of being in the back of the train and you're watching things coming into fruition. And you're like, why am I not in the conductor seat? And we are working towards getting to that conductor seat. Okay, so the reflections are really important. So when someone is a leader, we are able to see macro reflections of them. It's like their micro reflections get into the macro, and we get to see, oh, that's who they really are. Like with what's going on with celebrities. Oh, that's how they treat people. Those little reflections there can't be scrubbed. You are who you are, and you cannot run from it. This criminal is who he is, and he's going to try to run from it. He's been running from it. He's been using his energy to run from it. He's been using it wisely. Unfortunately, his voice, how he speaks, and splitting into the twins, and they're balanced at 22 degrees here. But anyways, let's get more into enough of that. I think I started a little channeling of Morningstar channeling there. Talking about Lucifer, the being of truth. And so he's the whispers of truth in your ear, usually the left ear. Sometimes it's the right for some people, but listen to that voice that gives you truths. And it's usually shit, like it's harsh too. I remember, getting married to Micah, and like that voice was like, they're gonna die, metaphorically. I hope. And that happened. And so just listening to those little voices of truth is important. Okay, let's keep moving. This is February 3rd. Let's go to February 4th. You got all of these still hanging out here in Aquarius. Giving me air, man. It is giving me, I got so many Leo placements that like all of this is like, I was like, don't blow me out. Okay, we're going to keep moving here. Like already I'm feeling weird about this. And similar to that other energy that I was reading that wasn't the right energy. See how Neptune, his subconscious, having a reflection here. The moon is helping us, guys. It is showing us what we need to see to formulate what's going on. Well, he's going to be talking here with Mercury pushing through his ascendant here. Is he going to speak on February 7th to us and try to spit more bullshit at us? I'm going to start writing dates down for February. I usually write them down and tell you guys to look out for these dates. So, just where'd my paper go? Oh, it's up here. So February 7th, expect some sort of communication. Now, this is in between sixth and seventh house. This has to do with relationships too. And True Note is in the seventh house. Maybe there's going to be a new way in which he reaches out. Maybe there could be something with his marriage, even because the DC line there um, shows a lot of your relationships and how your nature in those relationships. And it's interesting how the par of fortune is on that line. So whenever I have other planets on that line, I'm like, oh my gosh, people get overly attached to things here. And look, he's overly attached to his fortune. He has an unrequited love story with money, with power. Okay. So February 7th. All right, let's keep going. I'm gonna look at Melania's chart for these days too. I'm just gonna write that down so I remember. Melania chart 7th, 8th, February 7th, 8th. It's in Aquarius. So women going cold to his fortune. That's how I like to interpret it. So he's having Mercury, Venus. Now we're gonna have the sun going in here. And this is when he's going to start speaking the illusion, because Pisces is very foggy, right? His reach outward here, he's going to tell us what it is, what's going on. He's going to give his story here and tell us something. It has to do with these women. He's going to come out and just be like, I didn't do it. Wasn't me. Okay. Liar. He is a professional liar. All right. This would be an interesting transit. February 12th, write that down. This might just be fun for us. Or really not fun. There's a spectrum there. With it being in Sagittarius and the moons, we're having this is big. Remember when we looked at Britney Spears when she shaved her head, and there was a lot of moon energy going on in the 6th house, and well, this is in the 4th house. So this is in the foundation. There's going to be, his whole family running all of their money, and they're going to be running around with like chickens with their head cut off here. Moon conjunct moon. It's hard to generalize the effects of this transit. Most transits are hard to generalize, guys, because we are such unique beings, very unique, but we can do our best. You have to listen to your psychic self too. That's the other key to readings. We can look at all the stuff we want, but you have to add that in. Okay. A chart cast with the exact moment of conjunction is a very common predictive tool in astrology because prevailing influences in that chart seem to affect the entire month. So it's possible to say that your feelings now are likely to be a dominant theme of this month. Certainly, emotional attitudes figure more prominently than usual at this time. You should be careful not to lose your objectivity in discussion or lose your sense of perspective, which he will because it seems like he has dementia. It is active. So he's going to lose his footing in the perspective or in the illusion at somehow. And we already see this when he speaks. He can't stick to a topic whatsoever. It's just like people call it a word salad, but I don't even think it's a word salad. It's like going from garbage to garbage. I don't know. So we're going to see him lose his sense of perspective. You're not going to feel good or bad. Rather, you'll feel any emotion just really strongly. Sometimes there's a tendency to attract things to you at this time, attracting things of your yin function. So it's like the yin time and he does not do well with women. So women may also be more important to you than usual with this transit. Objects, person, and places that are familiar to you are very important at this time because you need emotional reassurance from your surroundings. You may try to withdraw from others or from confrontations with unfamiliar or strange situations. This is not a negative condition. It arises out of the need to be by yourself for a while. And that's just one piece of this energy. So he's going to want to be by himself. He's having harsh emotions. He can't find his footing. And he's got Neptune entering into the 8th in Aries. Yeah. All right. Let's keep moving. So February 12th, I'm just going to say emotional outburst. Poor speaking. Look for clues with his speaking, specifically on the days of the 7th and 8th. If he does come out and speak, there'll be some clues to what's going on. February 13th. Yeah, if I don't see something, guys, please just, let me know. Sometimes I miss things. Sometimes I mess up dates. So his Pluto, when Pluto entered here, see how it's in opposition like this? It is going to be in his reality for the rest of his life. He is never getting away from this. And at this lifetime, he cannot get away from it. With Jupiter retrograde, Cancer 11th in opposition of this moon here, like this is him berating his children, who he's with. Okay. His family and him are squirming. It's like a squirming feeling, like rushing to save themselves from doing what they did, Well, then Buffy continued to see more. It's gonna get worse than it already is, and it just feels like we're entering in this weird kooky land where people, just like vom their evil on our shoes, and we're like, what the fuck? What's happening right now? But it's like happening on a large scale. Um, Moon on vertex here. When you have the moon cross over your vertex, that would be a reflection of a faded energy coming towards you. This would produce that reflection of a faded energy. Okay, so we're just going to look at this energy, the reach outward of how he loves, where he wants to go, his thoughts, his dreams are going to be coming out of what he wants for everybody. This could also mean what he wants for Gaza. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I wonder if Gaza, Palestine is going to be their, what this is, rebuilding it. I really think that's what this is now. All of these planets entering into his sixth house in Aquarius is him wanting to make this new world somewhere, his own utopia. Um, with the sun on this fortune here, I really think this has to do with Palestine. U.S. Jesus. Like, what? I can't even process that right now. There's a drone warfare going on. Okay. Now I have to look at this. I'm like worried this is where the plane, remember when I said that there would be a plane crash with the and from a drone? I did say plane crash already, and it did happen, and the car pile up. So from this last predictions that I did, I've now seen them come in, and I was just like, there was a weird blip there where I felt like I couldn't read the collective, like it, and then it's still there. It was like I was reading it, but I wasn't connected to it, so it was really weird. Um, Being connected to it and reading it now, it feels different. Like, I don't know if you guys felt like that weird consciousness blackout. I think that's what I want to call it. It was like a consciousness blackout for a moment. Um, when I made those predictions. So I don't know if they have some sort of, technology that we're not aware of in this way. U.S. security team flags drone threat. Okay. I guess I don't see it on my news yet, but I believe you. Okay, February 18th. So I honestly think they're stealing money to develop over in Palestine. So they don't have to pay for it themselves. It's on Tuesday TV. Okay. And that's what I was looking at with Gaza the last time when we looked at Gaza's land chart. And I was just like, I don't see them coming back from this. They have done this. They have committed a genocide on people, and they need accountability. All right, let's keep moving. 17th, February 17th here. With the teeter-totters next to Venus here, Sun on Fortune. that's entering in. This could be also part of him working on this development, um, and then trying to sell it to us, trying to sell us the dream. Let me go back there though. I think we had some more going on February 17th that we needed to look at. Like, um, we talked about it a little bit. Was it in Discord or another live? I don't even know. Um, um, I'm going to still keep going here. I want to look ahead to see if I can feel anything else out. You know, we've been talking about February, 17th. We can just say February 17th through the 20th. Okay. Write those dates down. Um, with the moon assisting Neptune and Saturn here, we're going to see, already time to go into Patreon. Wow, that was fast. I feel like I got 10 more days to go. Or 8 more days to go. I'm going to try to push through. Hopefully, Patreon members, if you're here, I want to finish February for Donald Trump's chart before I go over and we start doing astrology help. Already, we are having a Pluto opposition Pluto beginning. We've got also Mars coming up here, like this is beginning, I feel like, of the real downfall, imagine it a kind of like he is so much in his world that he doesn't see the pain of the people right now, and so he's going to come out and probably try to say like something great that he's doing, right? He's like constantly trying to convince us that he's doing something great and to do what he wants us to do and to put energy where he wants us to put energy, and nobody is doing it. The support that he has is inflated, so you think that he does, but he doesn't. He's still trying to gain energetic support. He wouldn't be coming out with like an entourage behind him saying, hey, this is what it is, join me. Don't keep resisting this ideology, keep resisting this world. We're still like fanning out the AI stuff too. So let's keep moving through these. I want to try to get through 28 here. All right. Sorry, that one was fast. In real life, I do move fast like that. I also think like what I want to share with you guys, what may be hurtful and not to share, and certain things I really have to think about it beforehand. Come on, Mars. Come on. hard to like look at energy of somebody who's using our energy to actively hurt people you care about. Like it's hard to stay connected to this. Um, like a part of me feels like this stepping into him, for him is not good. This is not good for him. Like it feels like he's stepping in on eggshells or on glass, right? Trying to get away. You cannot run. You cannot hide from the energy you created, bro. Okay. Now, there's I don't there's just feels like an assassination attempt is going to be happening. I can't tell if it's on him or Netanyahu or on somebody else. But I do sense something coming of that nature just from looking at this chart. I don't know if you guys have been feeling that too, possible fake one of him. I get really riled up about this chart. It's like, how dare you? How dare you? All right. Mars will be completely on the sixth house Pars fortune. Maybe we will light up how he has made his fortune. Um, we're going to see reflections from women in the community or of how he treated women, how he cares for the community. We're getting reflections of that. Of course, Uranus doing nothing. Shoot him out of the middle sky. What are you doing? I yell at Uranus like every time. Then it's like almost like you feel like it's not time yet. Oh, thanks. When is the time? Okay, so there's the end of February here. We're going to see where this ends up. Is this going to be lighting up and showing us how he has used his money? Is there misappropriation of funds going on here? Um, are we deciding not to pay taxes? uh, we are not going to be adding to his resources for his doings because we don't agree with it. This is gonna, and it's gonna piss him off. When we look at this vertex point two, okay, I'm only going to go over like 10 minutes and then I got to go. Vertex opposite, here are his lessons, opposite women and how to love and femininity. Bend or break with your heart or else. Yep. I'm sorry, Monique. Yeah, we're just all kind of figuring out on our like, so usually I like to come on YouTube and then I shift and I go just to Patreon after at like 11 is usually what I've been planning on recently. So sorry, I'm moving over there. I just wanted to finish Donald Trump's February transits here. Um, the 28th, I would write that down too. This may be going into the beginning of March. I don't know why these is making me smile. Maybe because I know that Mars opposite your ascendant at 29 degrees Leo. Let's look at that. Like, let's just read it. What is this one saying here? Mars opposition ascendant. This is the most conflict prone of all transits. The point opposite the ascendant is also called the descendant, signifies open enemies and conflicts. Among other things, anything you try to do now is likely to encounter stiff opposition from anyone who has any reason to oppose you. You will have to fight for what you want unless you are very clear at wheeling and dealing behind the scenes. No, okay, sorry, I read the wrong word there. You will have to fight for what you want unless you are very clever at wheeling and dealing behind the scenes. Ego energies run very high in all your direct confrontations with others. And in many cases, all you can do is to be prepared for the confrontations and to release whatever tensions there might be. There's a serious conflict between your need to assert yourself and your need for relationships. Even partnerships that usually run quite smoothly can be a problem. You may have to contend with a partner or spouse who is trying to dominate you. Or maybe the one who wants to dominate. That's why I said don't think that Melania for 1 second isn't guilty in this. They are together for a reason. These results are the most intense ego struggle. You will have to be somewhat compromising when dealing with a partner as opposed to the open enemy. It is possible to transmute the energy of this transit into an extremely energetic cooperative effort, but only if both of you are certain that your best interests are being served. Neither of you will want to play the second fiddle to another. Physical activity with others is an extremely creative way of handling energies involved in this transit. Team sports are particularly recommended because they encourage cooperation and the use of self-assertive and the aggressive energies of this transit. As with the transit by conjunction, there is some danger now of accident or illness. It's like we've been waiting, Mars. Mars, you've been telling us there's been a danger of accident for how long? Especially if you're feeling frustrated. Avoid sports that are unusually dangerous. Be careful of sharp instruments and cutting tools, like usual. But so that is going to be February 28th through March 3rd, I would even say. Like, it's still going to be hanging out there. Now, look at this moon in opposition. I have to see exactly which one is in opposite. I can't tell. Oh, Mercury retrograde. So think about the communications coming at him through this open seventh house. Hey, this is what you're doing. This is what's going on. Reflection of the identity of how people see him. He's getting the information here. Okay. All right. Well, we made it through February. Dates to look at: February 7th, 8th, February 12th, February 17th through the 20th, and then February 28th through March 3rd. We're going to see him communicating, stuff going on with Melania, emotional outbursts, more of them, not able to keep their footing and speaking like normal. but I'm saying like worse than normal, way worse than normal. It's going to be very prevalent, his illness coming up. Uh, all right. Well, I will see you guys over on Patreon so we can talk and pull up your charts. And yeah, hold on. Let's check Melania's real quick before I go over to Patreon. Um, let's look at those specific dates real quick. I'm sorry. I'm curious. February 7th. And this is when he's going to start communicating to us about something because of Mercury. Oh, look, did it come from her? Remember we talked about 18 being like a really mean number too. This yacht is being activated. Is it? Yes, her documentary, someone pointed out, that would make complete sense to me with this 0 and 29 degrees. Um, it's like she gave us something, but not what we wanted. Thanks for that tiny bit of nothing. um, with this 5-degree sun, we talked about 529, the 0 degrees. So she's known for who she is, who she married. I'm not saying she fell in love. She fell in love with his power and his drive and his ambition, probably, and wanted it. She wanted to be that businessman, wanted to be in power. Okay. So that's that day. Let's see. Ooh. I mean, she's got her nodes on top of nodes. She's got Uranus sitting on this Venus yod here. Like, girl, you in trouble. We're having a vertex point here with her leadership, and people probably, this is fated that nobody's going to listen to her shit or watch her movie. All right, let's go to the 12th. This is when I saw a lot of stuff going on, like possible emotional outburst here from him. Oh, look. It absolutely has to do with her. This, whatever is going on this day on the 12th. They be fighting about something. And real quick, the 17th. Oh, shoot, 17th. So it's like, no, you're not going to reach outward. Go inward. Go inward. I'm gonna have to, so to be able like to interpret this, it's like we're asking you to express how you love. We're asking, there's like an asking happening here of where they want her to go, where her spirit guides want her to go, and to express. And I know she's not going to. So it's kind of disheartening. All right, it's past 7. It's like 11:17. Okay. One last date was the 20th here, and then the 28th I want to look at. 20th. What did I write down for that? The 17th to the 20th. Oh, when I thought about the Gaza stuff. Um, and then 28th through March. Um, like, what do you guys feel about this on the 28th? I'm going to talk about it over on Patreon. So I'm going to leave it up, and whoever's on here, we can go over to Patreon now. Um, I was talking about fake assassination attempt. Remember that? Okay. All right, guys, I am going to head over to Patreon because I'm late and I feel really bad, but I know there's a lot of you in here, and I'm just trying to figure out how to get over into YouTube and do this. So, oh, what did I missed some chat here? Hold on, you're trying to figure it out too. Hey, good morning. Yeah, nobody's watching it, so it's out and it's flopping. Yep. It sounds like a movie to watch for energy identification. Like we could watch it and pause. Okay, right here, this is what she said. But all right, I will see you guys over on Patreon. All you have to do is look at the Zoom link, click the Zoom link, put in the passcode, and we can start reading charts. Make sure you have your chart ready. If I don't have your chart already ready as a Patreon, let me know. And then I pull them up and we can look at your Neptune and what Neptune and Aries might be looking like for you personally. Okay. I love you guys. I'll be on here now for good. I'm getting used to it. I'll still post a little bit of videos here and there on TikTok, but it is a fucking mess over there. So don't expect to see too much. Okay. All right. See you over in Zoom.